Yeah,
We're here.
We're here.
It's the Prince and me.
And me, and the Prince, and me,
and Head.
And
what does everybody want?
Sorry, it's just I see his face and I just don't like him.
It's the Prince and me. And Head.
He's giving the budget for this. All right, he's giving us the budget for the show, and I gotta say, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. So, anyways, the land of wrestling has evolved and changed.
The land of wrestling is fucking weird.
And this episode, I'm just gonna call it right now. We're gonna release it on a Wednesday.
Wednesday, you're fucking lucky, you pricks, that we want to give you some extra. I'm kidding. I love you.
Because
I love you all.
Because we fucked up. Right now, it's 2 weeks in advance, so this one's going to be next Wednesday.
This is technically episode 2, right?
Yeah, this is episode 2.
This is 2 days after
episode 1
on Atlantic City.
Advertisements.
Then we'll be like 4 days off for episodes now.
Yeah, we'll be 4 days, so that we have
time to edit it.
Yeah, we have time to edit. We'll be good. We'll be Gucci. Anyways, so the land of wrestling, the landscape of wrestling.
So, this is being recorded about in maybe a day after. I'm just going to get it out of the way real quick.
Okay, all right.
The body, with what he just said, I'm not going to really get into it. If you know, you know. If you don't, do your research. Fuck the body. Fuck Larry Legend. Fuck all you motherfuckers. How dare you say that fucking shit? Okay.
Where's the body stashed? Where's the body stashed?
The body?
Yeah, where's the body stashed?
She's a bitch.
Oh, you're talking about...
If I see you, or if any of my boys see you, it's on site.
I mean, we can expel on that if you'd like. I mean, that's fine. That's a fine beginning intro. Also, before we didn't do this last time, but we'll get into that. But we didn't do this last time. Today, our main point of topic is 5 people we would like to see go from outside of WWE to WWE. Does not have to be from AEW, but it can. But
knowing this motherfucker, because he doesn't watch independent wrestling, probably all 6 of them will be.
Yes, but that is a topic we will get to. If you want to expel on whatever you just said right there.
I don't want to talk about it.
He doesn't want to
make
talk
me
about
mad. I'm here to have a good time.
Okay, got you. All right, got you.
If you're watching this, we just got out of Atlantic City by the time you're watching this. But by the time it's recording, we're leaving in 2-3 days, something like that.
Yeah, 2-3 days this Friday. We're going to be doing vlogs, interviews, and having
my vlog returns.
Overall good time. And honestly,
my vlog went up yesterday at the time of uploading, so go watch that after you watch this.
So episode 3 will probably be right after we're back. So we'll probably have a lot more info and stories to tell.
Yeah, because we'll be recording that. We're recording episode 3 the day this one goes up.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that should be very fun. First time in Atlantic City for me. I don't really go out of Rochester all that much. 2023 was the only year that I went outside of Rochester, with the exception of 1,000 Islands.
Really?
Yes.
I've been traveling for fucking years.
This guy's younger than me. Has probably seen places further than I have seen.
I've seen a million places.
I've only been to North South Carolina.
I've been there.
Tennessee.
Never been there.
Pennsylvania, obviously.
Oh, that's easy.
New Jersey.
I've been there. Million times. I know Jersey like more than I know the streets out here.
And now I'll be going to Atlantic City, which I was told by close family members to watch where I walk. And
there's nothing wrong with Atlantic City.
There's nothing wrong with it? Okay, got you. I was told that it is a dangerous place.
No.
Well, see, that I would have believed you if you just said no.
Atlantic City is a wonderful place. I love it. It is the only. I'm not going to say that because I have a lot of friends from Jersey.
Okay. Well, okay. All right.
I love Atlantic City.
Okay.
This is going to be my 17th time in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Jesus.
Since 2020.
Jesus. Wait. 17 times you've gone to Atlantic City in the span of 4 years.
Yes.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I love Atlantic City.
Okay. Well, I mean, he has good experience about it, so that's good. I was just
GC fucking W.
Which I have never. I'm not gonna lie to you. people, I've never sat down and watched a full GCW show only.
Which before you go home today, we're watching one. Just letting you know that.
That's absolutely fine.
I'm ready to not be home till like midnight.
That's fine by me. So the point of this podcast also is to kind of indulge me in understanding deathmatch
wrestling,
which is why I want to do
GCW culture,
which is going to be the reason why we do deathmatch reactions, because I feel like I've only seen a fraction, like a small amount of what deathmatch really means.
Have you seen the Cardona Gage match?
I've seen clips of it. I didn't see the full thing. I only saw the ending when Matt Cardona won and like the crowd went fucking
That's all
wild.
you've seen?
That's all I've seen, aside from whatever you've shown me.
So we likely, I don't know if we could put it on here.
Okay.
Because it's copyright. We can watch them on there though.
Yeah. Which is absolutely fine. I mean, when it comes to the podcast, we probably won't do it because it's copyrighted.
We might record that tonight. But it won't be in this. It'll be an extra video that'll probably come out maybe tomorrow or the day after, but you'll see.
So we've been thinking of extra things like obviously deathmatch reactions, potentially quizzes eventually, and vlogs and stuff like that just to throw up on the channel.
We'll be doing some extra videos, but the podcast will just stay podcast. Eventually, we're going to get some guests on here. We're not going to promise anybody or when because we don't know. But we're going to try to set those up.
Good, because
pay attention to the social medias if you want to know if guests will be coming on and when.
Good, because I want someone to fill this fucking chair that's not this head. Head is
beautiful.
Head is the worst. Head is like when the cameras turn off, he talks shit to me and abuses me. You're in the room when it happens, but you just don't want to acknowledge it, which is fine. May I help you? The fuck!
Good job, Head.
All right. I'm glad we're endorsing abuse on this podcast.
What does everybody want?
I'm glad we're endorsing abuse on this podcast. The fellow, then again, I kind of beat the shit out of you at the.
Of course we endorse abuse. It's the Prince and me.
Oh, the Prince and me. I'm really kind of concerned. Not concerned, but like I didn't realize it was the movie title of a movie.
That's a movie title?
It's a movie title, but luckily we've uploaded one thing on YouTube, and when you look up the Prince and Me Pod on YouTube, we are the first result. We are the first result with 5 subscribers so far. Fuck yeah.
My phone is dying, so let's get to this topic about people going to WWE before my phone dies.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. So, you want to play rock, paper, scissors, shoot, or you want to...
You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay. The first person I'd like to see go from anywhere else, I believe Impact Wrestling to WWE. Tell me if I'm wrong. Speedball Mike Bailey. More so just because
signed Impact, but he's all around the Indies, yeah.
And I feel like just because of his moveset, it's kind of hard. I feel like his look would look nice in NXT, though I feel like he has the moveset to go straight to WWE roster. Maybe pull like a Dragon Lee where he's there for a few months and then go there. And the people that I would want him to face is obviously Dragon Lee, just because of the high fly, fast metabolism-esque wrestling. Ricochet and Carmelo Hayes. I just feel like his strikes and his kicking background would make for a unique aesthetic to the wrestling that we see now. And before maybe like a year or two ago, you could say this about anyone really, I was afraid that maybe his moveset would be diluted down just because it's WWE. But with Triple H taking reigns, I don't feel like that's really all that much of an issue at this point. I've seen his match against Will Ospreay. That went really hard, even though you can kind of tell, Will Ospreay was a bit better. But, it still went hard.
I don't think he's better.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay's good. I don't think he's better. And that's just my personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
I love Speedball Mike Bailey. Met him a couple times. I think he's going to be there this weekend.
Really?
I think so.
If he's there, then I cannot wait to see him fucking live, because I've only seen some of his matches, but what he can do.
First time I ever saw Speedball Mike Bailey, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
It was in person. I'd never seen him before. I'd heard of him and I'd seen clips, but I never really seen him. It was in person. It was GCW Into Deep 2022. Speedball Mike Bailey. Wow. Speedball Mike Bailey going one-on-one with the bad boy Joey Janela. On the night Joey Janela's AEW contract expired.
Oh my God.
The match in person felt like it went an hour. It went, I think, a little under 30 minutes. But it was amazing. They were on the merch tables. Speedball hit that like backflip knee to the chest that he always does,
Yeah.
and they went through the table like by accident, not the table breaking. Like there was a hole in it. They put a hole in the table.
Oh my god!
And
So
it
it
was-
felt
it
like an
was-
hour, but it was a good hour.
Yeah, it felt longer than it was, but it was a really good match.
It's like as if you wanted more and more out of it.
Right, you're like I felt like it went forever, and also I'm bad with time. Like I'll say, oh, this shit was 20 minutes. It could have been like 8.
Yeah, I mean,
Like for everyone else in the building, probably didn't feel like that long.
but I want to adjust that if you're gonna be a wrestler like that. I feel like that's my issue too. Is that I can't. I feel like that's the number one thing with wrestling that you have to be able to tell because, honest to God, when I have to wait for the recording of a match to be done to tell how long something was.
Yeah, I can't tell. Like when we did our match, I felt like we went 2 minutes. We probably went like 5 or 6.
Yeah, like the longest.
I thought we went 2 minutes.
The longest match I had was against Milliman, and I could kind of feel that it was a bit longer than a 6 to 8. I could tell that it hit 9 or 10, but it was like it's really hard.
How long was it?
It was 10 minutes, so I could
Was your
kind of
longest match?
yeah, it's probably my longest match.
My longest match is longer than your longest match.
What's your longest match?
Me, Mikey, and Caden versus Strong Style and Wayne Westwood.
Okay,
We
well,
went nearly 13 minutes.
and to be fair, it was a 1-on-1 match versus a 3-on-3.
tag.
Yeah, so that's kind of like,
True.
but that match.
And also, none. Obviously, I'm not taking anything away from you and me. I'm
Oh, no, of
assuming
course.
that wasn't the main event.
Oh no, mine was a practice.
Oh, okay. Mine was the main event. And I'm not bragging.
That was a practice.
It just was.
That was a practice match.
Okay, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Your longest match was. You know what? We're gonna do another practice match,
yeah.
and we're gonna go 25 minutes.
I don't.
Caden's gonna call like 8 to 10.
And then we're gonna be like, we're going 25.
We're gonna go 25 to 30.
We have 5. We have 5 double downs,
Yes.
a million fucking comebacks.
The heat's gonna be like 10 minutes.
We're gonna have to hit this. I'm gonna hit.
The heat's gonna be like 12 minutes.
I'm gonna hit the fucking rolling X stretcher like 6 times.
And
Mike,
you're gonna kick out of my finish twice.
yeah, that is how we never get booked again.
Yes.
that is definitely how we never get booked again. What is your number 6?
Do your whole list.
Oh, do my whole list? Okay.
So I'm not gonna add reasons why I want mine. I'm gonna add opponents I want to see mine face.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did, honestly.
So you do yours. You have yours all situated.
Yeah, Mike.
He came prepared with this topic. I wasn't. He told me this topic like 10 minutes before we started recording. So I
Yeah,
wasn't prepared.
and we were really, yeah. But anyways, number 5, Mike Santana, for the pure fact that I feel like this guy is not being utilized in AEW. I love his character. I love his look. I love his mic work and a bit of his in-ring skills. I know I'm more so used to seeing him as a tag team guy, but I just feel like his aesthetic could really get over in the WWE. And I feel like, again, just his look gives an edge to him, and I appreciate that. And yeah, no, that's really all I gotta say about Mike Santana. I feel like maybe, definitely probably start off in NXT rather than going straight to the main roster, because I feel like him as a singles guy does need to develop a bit more of a character.
Fair.
Number 4. This one's kind of just it's like there. It might happen. I would love to see AJ Lee return, because she was the initial reason. Not the initial reason. The initial reason was Charlotte versus Natalya, but one of the main reasons women got over and were actually allowed to given more than 3 or 4 minutes on a show. Her feud with Paige in the beginning was the first real women's feud that I saw in wrestling, and it didn't feel like just a generic diva. It didn't feel like a generic thing of, oh, we just got to do this for representation. It felt like there was a purpose. Her character in general gave purpose to the women's division. So that's part of the reason why I like to see her return. Also, because the fabled CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. That feud alone would be enough of an attraction, as CM Punk versus Seth Rollins already is. I feel like at this point, to establish her, it would have to probably happen at Backlash after WrestleMania. Yeah. Any thoughts on that? No. What was your point of view on AJ Lee when she debuted? Did you have any real?
When she debuted?
Yeah.
She debuted before I started watching wrestling.
Got you. What do you think of her character? Do you have any?
When I started watching wrestling, she was just the manager for Bryan Danielson.
And she was the reason for the 18-second thing.
I really never cared about AJ Lee till she was paired with Dolph Ziggler because I always loved Dolph Ziggler, even more as a child. But I still love Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
And I hope to see him in GCW soon. He probably won't, but I hope to.
Dolph Ziggler and GCW would be very fucked up.
I want Dolph Ziggler versus Blake Christian for that world title. And if Blake has lost the title since this, because I have a feeling he's going to lose it this weekend. If he has lost it this weekend, then not bad. But if he's still a champion, I want Blake and Ziggler for that title.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler in GCW seems very fucked up. I don't have we ever seen Dolph Ziggler even bleed?
He doesn't need to be in a death match. GCW does a lot more than just death matches.
Okay, see, that's my stereotype with GCW.
That's just GCW rarely doesn't do death match like that. Like there's like one or two on a show, and sometimes there's none on the show.
Yeah,
they just happen to have the king of the fucking death match, Nick fucking Gage, on their show.
Fucking Gage.
And the thing that goes viral the most is deathmatch because people talk about it because you can shit on deathmatch wrestling all you want. This isn't wrestling, the Jim Cornette guys.
Yeah.
This isn't wrestling. When Matt Cardona faced Nick Gage, it trended legit, not a WWE trending worldwide, a legit #1 trend on Twitter over the UFC pay-per-view that night and the Olympics because people love deathmatch wrestling. 4 days later, it main evented live television on AEW Dynamite with Chris Jericho and Nick Gage. Jon Moxley went back to doing independence. Originally, like now he does them all over. Before, he wasn't doing full-on independence. He was just doing deathmatch in GCW with Nick Gage. Then eventually he started doing more indies. But originally, when he started going back to the indies, it was just GCW for deathmatch. Shit on deathmatch wrestling all you fucking want.
Oh, God.
Deathmatch wrestling gets people over, and it has a fucking fan base, and a very dedicated one, as you are going to find out. Wait, I cannot wait for you to experience your first Nick Gage entrance.
Oh, no.
It's an experience. You're going to see in the Cardona match. It's an experience.
Do you think Nick Gage versus AJ Lee would go hard?
Yes, Nick Gage and AJ Lee would go hard. You know what match goes hard? And she got canceled, but the match went hard. Nick Gage versus Tessa Blanchard went hard as fuck.
Why'd she get canceled again?
Racism.
She has a look to her. Not a racist look. She just, she has a look to her that makes her feel like a superstar, but like
Nick Gage,
what did
Tessa Blanchard went hard.
What did she say exactly?
I don't know. I just heard something about racism. I don't listen to the dirt sheets. I don't read the dirt sheets.
Okay, that's fair. That sucks. But I will still watch it regardless.
That match was really good. Another match, it's not a women's match, but another match is really good. Nick Gage versus Hornswoggle.
I saw it's a free match on YouTube, and I just saw like the first 3 minutes of it, and it was like,
I just watched yesterday Nick Gage, John Morrison in GCW. I did not think Morrison was going to do the things he did. There was some creative spots in that match where Morrison, like, he got sent into the post, so he hides under the ring, pours fake blood on himself, comes out, and Nick Gage is like, no, you fucking idiot, and he pulls out the jug of fake blood. Morrison's like, damn it. Like, it was actually funny. And then Morrison took bumps I didn't expect him to take. Like, he slammed Nick Gage in thumbtacks. And then he went for a standing shooting star press. Gage moved, and Morrison took a face bump in the tacks. And he took a pile driver off the top rope through a door. Like, I did not expect Morrison to take these bumps on GCW, but he did.
I would not assume GCW, like, I could get me wrong, is like that much of a high flying place.
It is.
It
very
is?
much.
Okay.
High flying and deathmatch, very much.
You know what I just started watching? I think I only watched the first fucking match of it, but I was really in love with the presentation. What was it? Lucha Underground?
I love Lucha Underground.
I only watched the first one, which was Chavo Guerrero versus someone. But just let alone just the introduction, the way it feels, the fact it's like a 45-minute compact thing, it makes me want to probably watch it more.
My favorite Lucha Underground match, no surprise, it's a death match. Swerve Strickland as Killshot versus Dante Fox or AR Fox.
Oh my!
In a Hell of War, I think it was Hell of War, something like that.
Yeah,
3 stages of hell, basically. So good.
See, I knew AR Fox. When I saw AR Fox, it's just like I could tell he's a veteran in some regard. Like just by the way he looks and the way he moves in the ring. It sucks that
I could have put AR Fox on this list. I didn't, but I could have. Let's get back to this list.
Yeah, let's get back to
We're
the
getting
list.
off track. We'll get back to the
Sorry,
deathmatch
sorry,
conversation
sorry.
later.
Number 3 is Ricky Starks. Obviously, for just let alone his presentation and his charisma skills. Again, work on the mic, and I could see him facing off against. I can honestly God see him against like Seth Rollins. I can see him in the main event, even against like a feud with Roman Reigns. A lot of people want to shit on him because he has like not the biggest body.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Like it's not to the level of a person like Darby Allin, which I love Darby Allin. I just don't think.
I used to love Darby. I don't have a problem with Darby. I just don't really care.
But Darby Allin's aesthetic is purely for AEW. Not saying it's impossible for it to work in WWE, but with WWE, they like the presentation of bigger than life stars.
That's what most of mine are.
And I feel like Ricky Starks meets that with his charisma. Again, not sure.
Ricky Starks would be perfect for NXT.
If he would be.
Ricky Starks, Carmelo Hayes would go hard.
I didn't even think of that. I did not even.
It probably has happened on the Indies. Ricky Starks versus Christian Casanova, but I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, but I feel like Ricky Starks. I could see him leading a group. Honestly, God, I mean, fuck it. Even if you want to have Ricky Starks debut with Big Bill, like that team in WWE would go fucking hard. Like you don't even like a second chance to Big Cass. And you don't need fucking Enzo. I'm not even the biggest fan of them as a team, but even them looking at them as a collective, it's like I could see them pulling up and then attacking like Ilya Dragunov and making a big fucking scene. So yeah, no, Ricky Starks would really honestly gotta go hard, and he is one of those faces that I really don't like the connotation of being compared to The Rock being a negative thing. They do it with LA Knight too, with comparing him to Steve Austin. I don't like that comparison being in a negative light because for one, Ricky Starks is it's just the confidence. And it's just the way you conduct yourself in a promo. And you do that based off of inspiration. You don't need to, unless they are fully ripping off the catchphrases, I do not see the issue with having that cadence to you. Again, not fully saying what, not fully, like, not having to go around and stun people while doing a mimic. It's not like as bad as Kevin Owens dressing up as Steve Austin.
That was for the feud.
Yeah, exactly. But people make it out to be that it is that bad. So I don't like that connotation because I feel like Ricky Starks is his own fucking person. And when Adam Copeland said, "You're just a fucking what was
vanilla midget version of The Rock,"
that was so
fucked up.
It was cringy too. It was cringy too because it just as if Adam Copeland did not understand the concept of it being more free. Like free-laced, like more like not as rigid as WWE. It was like kind of just an awkward transaction right there. So when he called it, it's like that's so low-hanging fruit. So
number two.
Scorpio Sky. I'm not gonna lie, don't have a lot on this, but more so just because of I wish they did more with him for his TNT title run, and I feel like he could have been capitalized a lot more on.
I was in the crowd when he lost that title to Wardlow. I can't fucking stand Wardlow. He's a cool dude. I met him that day. Wardlow's a cool dude, but he's boring.
Yeah, it is basically kind of the same thing every single time. I'm hoping on this time around when he gets into an actual big match, not just squashing people, pulls more out.
The only Wardlow match there's only 2 Wardlow matches that were entertaining me, and they were the same thing, but the storyline was there. The story was there. The MJF match.
Yeah.
And the CM Punk match.
Yeah.
Because the story was there.
Right. The only thing it's
all the other ones boring.
Because with the CM Punk one, there was some edge to it. There was something different, and it's like, what the fuck's happening right now? It gave you that sensation, that feeling. And the MJF one was a nice bookmark on the end of the 3-year-long storyline that they concluded that they immediately followed up with the lawsuit angle. So that lawsuit angle is what I believe genuinely fucking derailed everything for whatever reason. They could have literally, they could have had him. Who was the champion at that time? When who was the champion when Wardlow beat MJF?
The world champ or the TNT champ?
The world champ.
That was the night Punk won the title from Hangman.
And that would have been an amazing fucking setup. Like
they were gonna go Wardlow Punk. Wardlow won the contendership to Punk.
Yeah.
But Punk got hurt, and then they did the dumb shit. I don't want to win the interim title. I'm going to wait for CM Punk, but I'm going to go for the TNT title. And he still is yet to get his world title.
If they really wanted to capitalize on it, because I know
they should have had him win the interim tournament.
Yes,
because he was hot at the time.
And then have Punk return.
And have him actually start doing things.
And then have Punk return and beat him
as a heel.
Not even as a heel. Not even as a heel. It could have been as a face. Have Punk get that win back. And that creates a natural story for Wardlow to need to get back up there.
True.
And him as an interim champion, I like the concept of an interim champion only for one reason. I like the fact they're not doing it anymore. But the one thing they could have did was I was almost like fully champion. I deserve it. I had that title, but I lost it as interim champion. But I was the champion, was never recognized. That could have been an amazing, compelling story. But they just derailed entirely. But back to Scorpio Sky. That was a good conversation. Don't know how we got to it. But Scorpio Sky, I just like his aesthetic. Him back with Ethan Page.
He's good.
Scorpio Sky's good. While Ethan, I just liked his dichotomy and his bouncing off of Ethan Page.
I had Ethan Page on my list for a second, and I took him off. Yeah.
Ethan Page was another one I was thinking of. I think he'd be a perfect fit for NXT as well.
I like what they're doing with him in Ring of Honor right now.
What are they doing?
The match he just had, I don't know the story going into it, but the match he just had with Tony Nese was amazing.
Was it not the I Quit match?
Yeah.
I've
always been a Tony Nese fan.
Yeah. The only context I saw that was something that I feel like ROH could be doing a lot better, which is advertisements.
I saw the aftermatch promo and then the match. I didn't see any of the build-up.
I saw the only thing was the contract signing. The contract signing was awkward as fuck.
I've seen that it happened. I didn't watch it, though.
Yeah.
The contract my YouTube recommended.
Okay. Yeah, but like the problem with ROH is its identity is just not there
anymore.
I'd
like they should get rid of Rampage and just put Ring of Honor on TV.
Yes.
It'll just like it won't do much for it, but it'll do or actually you wouldn't think it would do much for it, but it will do that much more.
You can even have I like the idea of still having the ROH you have now, but replacing Rampage with ROH as its main brand, as its main
and then bring
show.
back Dark. You don't need Rampage.
You can have ROH Dark. Fuck it. Just have ROH Dark since you're already doing that with everyone there and having storylines like how Dark should have been presented to begin with.
You don't need Rampage. You don't need 5 hours of AEW TV a week. I get WWE does it, but AEW is like you just don't need it. AEW is better at fitting things in a short time.
Yeah.
WWE needs a bunch of filler. AEW 3 hours you can get fucking they don't do this, but you can get 10 matches in 3 hours in AEW. They don't waste time.
Yeah. And also
they don't waste your bullshit.
And also associating storylines with given hours. Like associating storylines with different people, getting more creative in there. Like I don't know the exact creative list, but I feel like it's only like 5 or 10 people working on it right now, which I do not feel like is enough. I don't feel like there's more of there's not that much of a structure there. And Tony Khan trying to run all this shit while trying to run a football fucking league too. Is that what
Tony doesn't run that? His father does.
Okay, his father does. Okay, but like I just feel like he says he's like on a Vince schedule.
He's a drug addict. Sorry.
Listen. That's I genuinely don't believe that. If I'm being real, I don't believe that.
Look at him.
Listen,
well, I was about to say something. You probably know what I was going to say. Not going to get into that.
Yeah, but no.
I'll let you see what I'm going to say.
To be fair, we do not know his interpersonal life, and the only things we know are the things that we see. And there are times where he is very sporadic with how energetic he is, but that is no way of implying that he does drugs. At least to me, that's not my point of view on it. What you looking up there, buddy? Are you gonna show me? He's gonna show me something fucked up. I can just tell by the way.
Don't read this out loud.
And that's the end of that conversation.
Yeah.
But number one.
Fucking idiot.
Matt Cardona. Matthew Cardona should be back in WWE. WWE, my bad. I fucked up. And I know for a fact it's not going to happen. Know for a fact, without a doubt, it's not going to happen, at least anytime soon, or if ever. But it just left such a sour taste in my mouth the last time he was in WWE. He was getting cucked by John Cena.
That's not the last time he
No,
was in WWE.
but that's the last time he was relevant. He won the IC title and then he won the tag titles, but he was never treated serious. He was never given storyline direction. Okay,
Even when he was with John Cena, he wasn't treated serious.
but he was given focus. With the Intercontinental title, he won it and immediately lost it to The Miz. There was a
He was
storyline
given
there.
a storyline for the tag titles. Kurt Hawkins,
It was a 2019 dog. Okay, come on. It was in 2019.
2019 WWE's dog shit.
It was dog shit. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
But I loved when they won the titles.
I do too. But it
I
was,
can't tell you anything that happened during the title reign or who they lost them to.
I'm pretty sure it was Daxon, Cash Wheeler. I'm
They
pretty
just
sure.
took him back.
They must have. But
All I remember is they won the titles, and then by the end of the year, the titles wound up on the Bullet Club or Gallows and Anderson.
Gallows and Anderson. Okay, well, I didn't even know they won the tag titles. I'm not gonna lie. I
They
thought they
won
were.
it twice in WWE.
I thought they were always just shafted out.
At least twice,
Okay,
from what I can remember.
but that's my point. Is Matt Cardona was never treated as the main eventer he deserved to be, and maybe that's because he needed to leave WWE to come back to become the main eventer.
Cardona in WWE doesn't interest me, not because I don't love Cardona. I like Matt Cardona. A lot of people are going to hate that I say I like Matt Cardona, but I like Matt Cardona. What he's doing on the Indies, what he has been doing for the last almost 3 years now on the Indies, is fucking amazing. And it's inspiring for people because he's been counted out more times than anyone else in this business. Legit. He says this, and people it's legit. And he is legitimately showing you don't need to be in the WWE or AEW to be a top guy in professional wrestling.
That ass.
You don't. Because look at Matt Cardona. He's been a top guy in wrestling for the last 3 years. Because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
People can hate me all they want. He knows what he's doing.
I think what makes it hard is that his presentation, his character now is so derived off of the Indie King, so it's naturally not gonna fit in WWE.
He doesn't have to be the indie god or the deathmatch king.
Yeah, for me, it's just
Oh yeah, because then WWE, he'd probably just go back to the woo 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 guy, which doesn't fucking work.
oh my god. Actually, yeah, if that's the case,
I don't ever want to see, again, I loved him as a kid, but the ship has sailed. I never want to see Zack Ryder on my screen again.
yeah, that's why I want him to come back as Matt Cardona.
Has to be Matt Cardona.
And it cannot be the woo 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 guy. It has to be showing some development. If this was under Vince, I would not say for Matt Cardona to come back to me. Trust me.
Just be woo woo woo, you know it.
And then he would get and then he would just lose.
He'd get jobbed out to Jinder Mahal.
No,
on
Matt.
NXT.
Oh my god. And then Matt Cardona should be put into the main event. Like that's the only
You
way
know
that it
what?
would
If
work.
he was to go back to WWE, I'd like to see him as the NXT champion.
Yeah, that works perfectly. I just want some
Or
more.
the United States or Intercontinental champion and actually get a fucking run with it.
Yeah. And I
I
feel
remember crying
dude,
when he lost the Intercontinental, when he lost the United States title to Swagger. I
Dude,
cried.
I don't blame you. I kind of did too internally. Matt Cardona versus Gunther would go so fucking hard. I'm saying that right fucking now.
Gunther would kick his ass.
I know,
I
but-
love it though.
But his beefy ass fucking body, just the comparison from when he was last in WWE to now is just blank difference. And a part of my childhood cannot live on without Zack Ryder being redeemed in some way in the WWE universe. I'm sorry. It's just a part of me that's always been like he
It's
needs
not
to be
gonna happen.
respected.
It'd be cool if it done right, but it's not gonna happen.
More
My
than likely.
list.
All right, his list
We're
now.
going from 6 to 1.
Yeah.
Number 6, Jonathan Gresham.
You mean that? Oh yeah, the former ROH champion,
Yes,
the octopus guy.
Jonathan Gresham. I didn't put down reasons. I just put down 3 people that I'd like to see everybody face.
Okay.
Those 3 people. Number 1, Carmelo Hayes.
Oh my god.
Because of course.
Yeah.
Number 2, Finn Balor.
Uh,
Number 3, Gunther.
I could see Jonathan Gresham versus Gunther being interesting just because of Jonathan Gresham's
It
mat
reminds
work.
me of Gresham versus. It reminds me of Gunther Gable.
Okay, yeah, but with no, I can
Gresham
see that.
is so
too.
good. I don't know if you've
I've seen only
seen
maybe
much of John Gresham.
only like 1 or 2 of his matches, and I know his technical abilities and his grappling is really fucking good.
So good.
I
I
remember
saw him in person. Who did he face? He faced Jordan Oliver when I saw him in person at GCW.
last time I think I saw him, he lost to Claudio Castagnoli in less than 10 minutes for his world title that he held on to for like 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
He
2 years.
didn't hold the belt for long.
He didn't hold the belt.
Well,
Okay.
he held it for like 200 something days.
Okay, yeah.
Felt like 2 years,
But it was definitely what was keeping ROH up at that time. It was helping
Yeah.
ROH. So to see him lose to Claudio Castagnoli in less than 10 minutes was like, all right,
that was a quick match. It was like 7 minutes.
which is bullshit.
And they could have done so much more with that match because Claudio's amazing. John Gresham was amazing.
He definitely gives off the vibes that he could definitely be a main eventer. Just looking
Yeah.
at him and just seeing his.
If only Ring of Honor, because that was around the time Ring of Honor shut down and weren't doing anything for like 7 months during that whole title run. If Ring of Honor was actually around, he would have been an amazing world champion.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he was touring the Indies with the title, going crazy,
Mm.
but like I would have liked to see him on a weekly show running shit as
I
a world champion.
I think he should probably start in NXT. Mostly from my perception, I don't really know his character all that well.
I'll take the NXT.
Yeah, just to see him develop. Because the thing about NXT is that their development of characters is on fucking point. They genuinely care about everyone and giving them a character to try and like latch onto.
Yes.
So yeah, I can see Jonathan Gresham.
My number 5, Brian Cage.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ! Him versus Brock Lesnar? Are you fucking kidding me?
My 3 people I want to see Brian Cage against. I didn't put Brock Lesnar on there.
That's surprising.
I put Sheamus,
That'd go hard.
Kevin Owens, because Brian Cage will throw him around, and Kevin will take the bumps, and he'll bump like a
I don't
champion.
want to see Kevin Owens die though. Jesus Christ!
And Drew McIntyre.
oh my god, the big men slapping men meat. Yeah, fucking Brian
Big
Cage.
meaty men smacking meat.
Yeah,
Brian Cage would fit so much better in the WWE than he is in AEW or ROH.
because AEW and ROH just shafts him to the side.
And like he's not really doing anything. I get he's currently 1/3 2-time
You
Ring of
want-
Honor World Tag Team
you
6-man
Do you
champion.
want to know what he's doing in AEW now? I've only heard sprinkles of it.
Carrying Swerve's bags.
He had a match with Keith Lee. And after the match, Keith Lee got on the mic and alluded to wanting to face Swerve Strickland. Not by name. Since Brian Cage is in the Mogul Embassy with Swerve Strickland, Keith Lee is now trying to imply he wants to face
I don't
off
care
against-
about that match anymore.
Which would be no, honest to God, dead ass. I mean, that's dog shit.
It's been over a year.
And using Brian Cage as that, it's like, what are you doing? Just write a
He's a
fucking
jobber.
story. Just
He's a
write a story.
glorified jobber who won the tag titles.
Yeah, and just write a story.
And they've been doing nothing with the tag titles in either of their reigns.
Who is it?
Brian Cage, Khan, and the other guy. I don't know how to say his name. Sorry.
Dude, if the AEW Trios titles don't have a story, I don't know what the fuck ROH titles have. Like the ROH Trios
Nothing.
titles, I don't know.
Number 4, Mr. Grimm.
I have. What, do you mean?
Not Grimm's Toy Show, no.
Not Grimm's Toy Show. Oh my
Yes,
god,
no.
Grimm's Toy Show would go hard in WWE though. What
Fuck
the
no.
fuck?
I love you, Grimm, but no. Mr. Grimm.
I don't know who that is.
He is amazing. The Hitman for Hire. He is a big boy, but he can wrestle like Ricochet.
No way.
He can move like he's a big boy, but he can move like Ricochet.
Okay.
He's like, I mean, he's not a super tall guy, but he's a big boy.
Mm-hmm. Does he do like what is it like? What's his character? Does he have a character or no?
The Hitman for Hire.
He's just a hitman for hire. I like the idea of
He
it.
puts motherfuckers in body bags.
He should join the Body Bag Bros. But yeah, he should.
He fucking tombstones the living shit out of people. He's amazing. He's done fucking topes and he's a big boy. My 3 people I want to see him face because he can face anybody: Carmelo Hayes,
Okay.
Dijak,
Jesus.
and Brock Lesnar.
I'll
I'll show you some Mr. Grimm.
Yeah.
You'll know why.
The idea of a guy coming to NXT, again, I don't know him, but a guy, a heavier guy being able to do high flying moves, being a hitman for the guys in NXT, I feel like that's really good off the rip.
He's fucking amazing.
I feel like that would work beautifully. I don't even know the guy, but it sounds good.
He is awesome. I love Mr. Grimm. All right, number 3, Griffin McCoy.
Oh God, I don't know who the fuck that is. Go on.
Young, Dumb, and Broke member. Griffin McCoy had a breakout year in 2023, I think. I mean, he was already doing good shit in 2022 on the Indies, but 2023, he got to wrestle Kenta. Fucking, there was more shit. He's currently in like a feud, but not a feud with Jordan Oliver, which we'll see a little bit of on this weekend
Okay.
over the JCW World Title.
Mm.
I love Griffin McCoy. He's so good.
What's his character? Is he just a part of a tag team or?
He's a part of this faction, but he's kind of leaving. He's kind of like getting cocky. And he's like sort of leaving. He's like becoming a dickhead almost.
So
To
there's
his childhood friends.
So there's storyline things that are like he's kind of branching off a little bit or trying to
He's
leave.
branching off. He's turning heel sort of. And I've missed it a little bit. So if I'm missing something, I'm sorry. I've actually fallen. Like I haven't been watching GCW/JCW as much as I used to.
Oh, no fucking go on. That doesn't matter.
So if it already escalated more than I thought it would, I'm sorry. But as of last time, it was like sort of leaving, starting the feud with Jordan Oliver, starting a heel turn. I want to see Griffin McCoy take on Ricochet. I want to see him take on Shinsuke Nakamura, and I want to see him take on Seth Rollins.
I gotta say it's gotta be a unique guy if you're putting him against Shinsuke, because Shinsuke is such a particular person to have someone to face off against.
I don't know how the story would go.
You know, okay, that's fair.
But in the ring, it would be an amazing match.
Okay, gotcha.
Number 2. It is somebody you know.
Okay, awesome.
Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Been given 0 minutes of fucking mic time within the past year, so that's awesome.
That's why.
Yeah.
She's not doing shit in AEW. WWE would use her correctly.
Would you want to see her on Raw or SmackDown? Because I feel like she's one of those talents. I feel like maybe she could skip past NXT.
Yeah.
Like
my people I have her against is Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky.
Okay. The Becky Lynch feud would go fucking hard. I can see that easily. All I can say is I like her presentation a lot.
I used to. When she was the champion, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I was watching AEW on a consistent basis.
I just wish she was given more.
She was one of the reasons I watched AEW.
The reason a lot of women in AEW should go to WWE is because you'll be given more of a chance to have a match on a card. Because with AEW, you only get one match per fucking week on Dynamite.
Nothing.
You get
sometimes they're nothing.
And,
like the Jade Cargill run where she was literally facing a bunch of women and she was squashing them in like 3 minutes on every show.
Yeah.
They're nothing matches. Like AEW does not showcase their women's division like they should. WWE recently, they never used to. In the Triple H era, they have been showcasing the women's division.
Way better.
And I love it because I always loved women's wrestling.
But Dr. Britt Baker is the exception from a lot of things because just her charisma on the fucking mic and being able to be in front of a crowd and be able to work them well, I feel like it's good. Would you want to see her as a face or heel?
Heel.
Heel? Yeah, heel definitely works for the presentation. Her as a face in AEW is good, but it's just kind of awkward to me a little bit.
She's one of those, like, she's good, but, like, she's way, way better as a heel.
Yeah. So, I can definitely see her probably coming up on SmackDown, honestly.
Number 1, somebody you're going to see this weekend.
Oh, God. I swear to God, it's Nick Gage.
It's not Nick fucking Gage.
That'd be fucking stupid.
The Iron Demon, Shane Mercer. You've probably seen clips of him because...
The name sounds familiar.
You've ever seen not Logan Paul doing it, the original fucking moonsault fall away slam off the second rope on the big Jack guy?
Vaguely.
So this is Shane Mercer.
Oh.
He is fucking amazing. He's another one. He is a big motherfucker, but he can move like a cruiserweight. He does fucking moonsaults and shit. Fucking... He has some of the most creative offense ever.
Oh, wait.
Huge powerhouse.
Oh, wait, you're talking... I think you just... Maybe it's not. Let's be honest. It's not. It's him grabbing someone for a power slam, getting up on the second rope, and doing a backflip with that.
Yes.
That's who you're talking about? Okay, yeah.
Big motherfucker.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
You're going to see him this weekend.
Fuck yeah.
The first time I ever was introduced to Shane Mercer, I'd never heard of him before. I'm at a GCW show. It's Mox and Gage, Part 1, in Atlantic City. I'm in row 7, mind you. Row 7. This is the only time I didn't buy general admission, so I was actually in a row. Row 7. Randomly, Shane Mercer is on the card against Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo's a little guy on the Indies. Shane Mercer fucking from in the ring launched Yo-Yo over the post. Yo-Yo landed behind me. I'm in row 7.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's sick as fuck. That is sick as fuck.
Shane Mercer's amazing. The guys I have him against. You could probably put Brock on this list. I didn't put him on there. But you probably could. I put Drew McIntyre again. I put Braun Breaker. And I put Dijak again.
I could see him. I could even see him having a good match with Bronson Reed, honestly.
I fucking love Bronson Reed.
Yeah, even him with Bronson Reed, I feel like.
I love Bronson Reed so much. And Shane Mercer, he can do all your styles. He can do your luchador flippy shit. He can do your powerhouse shit. He can do your strong style. He can do your death match. He can do it all. He's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, I was at a show. He was facing Jimmy Lloyd. And Jimmy Lloyd is not a small man. Jimmy Lloyd's not a super big guy, but Jimmy Lloyd's not a small man. He's throwing around Jimmy Lloyd like it's fucking Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Like,
see, with the body types of WWE, it might be harder for him to do those moves, but I feel like it'd make it even more impressive for when he does do those moves.
I don't think it'd be harder. You know who Congo Kong is?
No. This man's about to show me a fucked up person that I've never seen.
I'm showing you a Shane Mercer clip. Congo Kong weighs in at about maybe 320. Probably more than that. And he's hitting this fucking move on Congo Kong. That's a big boy.
Oh my fucking.
That's a big boy.
And he's actually supporting him. Jesus Christ.
Shane Mercer belongs on TV.
All right. Yeah, send that to Dewey and have him put it in this.
Dewey, we're going to put the clip in here?
Dewey, we're going to put that clip, send it to him right now, just so that we don't leave you guys out. That's fucked up. But no, yeah, that would be fucking
Shane
shit.
Mercer belongs in the WWE or in AEW. He belongs on TV.
And if this is for audio listeners only, like, this man is literally like, he's got fucking flabs. He's got fucking flabs. You do not expect anyone to be able to lift this guy, and he does a fucking moonsault up the second rope with this guy. I do not get that. It's actually really
Shane Mercer is so good.
Yeah. So I could, yeah, no, definitely. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even seen his face.
He belongs on TV.
But his body type is definitely good.
And he's a nice guy. I've met him a million times.
Okay, yeah. So that is both of our 6 numbers for that shit. Another piece of wrestling news that I was really interested in was the story of Charlie Dempsey going to AJ
All Japan Pro Wrestling,
and with the support of William Regal sending in NXT.
Fucking love William Regal.
The fact that in a Lance like 2 years ago, you never thought WWE would ever work with like other companies because Vince was in power.
But they sent Nakamura to Noah.
They let Carl Anderson fight at
Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, and now
Mickey James in the Royal Rumble introduced as the Impact. They said Women's Champion is the Knockouts Champion, but still. And then now this is the first time, which I really like, the idea. Shane Mercer right there.
The idea of them sending their NXT talent, which they are specifically saying this is for developmental. The idea of them sending them out to other promotions to get them more experience. That is something that is unfucking heard of. And honest to God, something that is only to do wrestling the best, especially with people that they're trying to get, which are like college students that didn't work the indies. The idea of them sending them out to indies to work.
Hopefully they don't flop like Gable Stevenson did.
Oh no. Charlie Dempsey, I've seen work.
I know, he's good.
Yeah, but Gable Stevenson, I think just had interpersonal. I heard bad stories about him from the.
Have you ever seen the match with Baron Corbin?
I heard about it.
So bad.
And I heard.
I love Baron Corbin.
That Baron Corbin was actually getting cheered.
I love Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin versus who did he just face on the pay-per-view? One of the pay-per-views.
Was it Ilya Dragunov or was it someone else?
Corbin and Ilya was really good. Corbin Carmelo Hayes is really good. Corbin Braun Breaker was pretty fucking good. It was a little confusing, both being tweeners.
That's what I'm saying. Like with NXT,
but it was so good.
Yeah, with this version of NXT, they're able to take people from the main roster and make them even better. Because Baron Corbin before NXT, I had no interest in really seeing. This version of Baron Corbin, when he's actually able to portray his personality, he's able to actually say things and work in the ring how he wants to. It's immediately way more interesting.
What I love about Baron Corbin, you can shit on him all you fucking want.
He was in the main event for 3 fucking years. Shut your mouth.
I didn't like Constable Corbin.
I
Every other
didn't
version of Corbin I love. Bum-ass Baron Corbin was fucking amazing. I wish they would have ran that longer.
Yeah.
Happy Corbin could have been something. They just didn't know. They didn't do it right.
It
could have been something.
They wanted to put Madcap Moss over, okay?
Right.
And then
It could have been something. His thing with JBL could have been something.
Oh God,
If he would have changed the music.
I felt so bad for both of them involved in that because it's just
like he was Baron Corbin still with the Happy Corbin gimmick. Like if he wasn't Happy Corbin and he was Baron Corbin with JBL.
Yeah. I felt bad for both parties in that because it's not like it was even bad, really. It wasn't like it was even bad. It's just
they just gave him shit that didn't work.
Yeah.
It wasn't Baron Corbin's or JBL's fault at all.
And then you have the last of it being JBL shitting on Baron Corbin. It's like basically being like, there's nothing I can work with here. It's like
then Corbin jobs out to Cameron Grimes in 2 minutes 2 seconds on
which I would have been fine with if they did something with Cameron Grimes, which they have not. They have not. They, for some reason, when NXT's new inception came, NXT 2.0, they decided to see Cameron Grimes and cut off his balls, but ironically making his voice higher. No, it wasn't even making it higher. It was making it lower. They made his voice lower and more boring. But yeah, because before Cameron Grimes versus LA Knight, was really good, and he had an actual character in. And now he just complains. At least in the last time he was NXT, he was just complaining. And now that he's in the main roster, when I saw him beat Baron Corbin 2 minutes, 2 seconds, I was actually really excited. And then nothing. The most they had him do was save Dragon Lee from someone. It's like, okay, I feel like they could have done a lot more with fucking Cameron Grimes in that sense.
I used to be a fan of Cameron Grimes. I was a fan of him when he was Trevor Lee.
Yeah, and TNA.
Mm-hmm. He's done nothing. His North American title reign could have been so much more. They made him a transitional champion, got the belt right back on Carmelo Hayes, which isn't a bad thing. Carmelo Hayes is great. But why did you put the belt on Grimes in the first place when you lose it a month and a half later or something like that?
Yeah. It's like, it's to build, like, I don't get that point unless you have a plan to take the title off of someone. It was like exactly like last time where, what was it? Bailey lost the title to Charlotte Flair for 5 days and then got it back. It's like, it's to make a shock moment, but for nothing. And it only adds one title reign onto someone's career when really that title reign means fucking nothing. Like it's both of 8. It's like CM Punk's AEW title runs. They meant
for Bailey having one super long SmackDown Women's title reign would have been way more better than having 2 SmackDown Women's title reigns, and one of them's kind of lengthy.
Yeah,
and she would have held it for what was it, over 500 days, something like that, almost 600.
And dude, that's why they got to treat titles better than the flip flop them, especially if previously within the same few months they treated that title with respect, and then randomly they're just going to have it flip flop, because then you really tartar on the line of ruining a championship like the TNT title. Like,
that's ruined. Well, I mean, no, Christian Cage is
good, but
it was in the shits for a while.
Yeah, because they decided not to have a consistent
I
thing
love Christian Cage. Can we talk about Christian Cage?
My father?
Father of the year.
My father. Someone that, I mean, has revitalized his career when everyone thought he couldn't. When he was literally...
He's just an old man that collected a paycheck. Shut your fucking mouth. He proved you wrong, bitch.
And he's still... That's what I love about AEW too, is that they do feature actual legends and treat them with fucking respect.
For the most part.
For the most part. Only if they're in good ring condition. Like fucking Billy Gunn, they don't treat him storyline-wise well, but presentation-wise... He's funny. But with Christian Cage, I feel like it's really because he etched out his own story. And that story's been really good. And he's going to be facing off against Adam Copeland at World's End.
Which we will not be watching, because we'll be in the crowd for the Nick Gage Invitational.
How do you feel about AEW doing a monthly pay-per-view?
Good.
That's good for you?
Maybe...
What if every card is 14 matches
I'm not gonna watch them, so I don't care. I'm not gonna watch them. I'm not paying $60 to watch wrestling.
That's actually fair too.
If I'm paying $60, I'm gonna be in that fucking crowd, boy, and I probably still ain't even paying $60.
I'm not. Yeah, no, it was really hard because
I think I mentioned this last week. With me being able to get in SummerSlam for $25, now it's really hard for me to pay a lot of money to go to shows.
Yeah,
because I got into the second biggest WWE show of the year for $25.
yeah, like AEW definitely needs like a network deal. They need some streaming contract because like it's very if they're gonna especially for 4 pay-per-views
like $10 a month. Okay, I'll do it
for 4 pay-per-views. Okay, that makes sense. Having to save up $60 for the next one, maybe. But if you're gonna do one every month and then have it be $60 every time, it's like you're killing your fan base. No one's gonna want to do that.
Every year, I would watch All Out every year. I still do. I watch All Out every year. Other ones, like if I'm gonna pay $60 for another show, it better be fucking huge. Like I watched All In, I didn't pay for it though.
Yeah,
me and Mikey went to.
What was it?
Viewing party.
I think that was All In and All Out.
Which this is the only year I didn't buy All Out.
Yeah,
because I didn't give a shit. You didn't because you did a pay-per-view a week before. What the fuck are you doing?
I watched both. I paid and watched for both. All In was good. The only memorable thing about All Out was the Miro versus Powerhouse House match.
I didn't even know that happened.
And then what was it? Christian Cage versus Darby Allin, where Christian tries to kill Darby on a set of stairs.
Oh, Darby.
What spot were you? What were you going for there? Are you trying to break your arm because you fucking did? It was in a sling.
Copeland debuted at Wrestle Dream, correct? He debuted at Wrestle Dream.
Did I? No, I think so.
Was it Wrestle Dream or Full Gear?
That sounds right, but I remember. I think it was Full Gear, because I remember specifically what was it. Was Christian versus? I know because the TNT title main evented.
Everyone the TNT main evented.
Yeah.
So it was Copeland debuted at Wrestle Dream because Full Gear was MJF Jay White.
Yeah.
In the match that made Jay White look like a puss.
So what was the main event of Wrestle Dream? Was that
Christian Darby?
Did that main event All Out too, or am I going crazy?
All Out's main was Cassidy Moxley.
Okay, yeah, okay. That's on me then. That's on me. That match was actually Cassidy versus Moxley was actually a really
I did watch that match.
That was really good.
That was a good match.
And also,
I wish it came of something. Moxley got hurt. They can't control that, but
yeah,
that could have been so much more. And I bet if he didn't get hurt, Moxley would still be the champion. He'd be running shit.
And it would probably have led up to maybe World's End, maybe because they could have had or even Wrestle Dream.
Smart putting the belt back on Cassidy.
Yeah.
I just wish Moxley didn't get hurt. Like not only because he got hurt, but because they could have been so.
And I wish Phoenix was given a better spotlight in that moment. It sucks. It genuinely sucks that ever since AEW started, I wanted Phoenix to win a single title, and he did.
I always like Pentagon more. I still like Phoenix, but I've always liked Pentagon more.
I was kind of.
It might just be because Impact and Pentagon was huge in Impact, and I loved Impact. He was the world champion.
I always liked him as a collective, but I think I like Phoenix more just because of the underdog side of him. With Penta, it's like, yeah, that guy looks like a world champion.
And I've seen Penta come into the deathmatch scene, so
so you can have your bias. And
Penta Vampiro on Lucha Underground,
and Ray Phoenix.
Penta Matt Tremont CZW. Oh boy.
Oh, and Ray Phoenix reminds me of Rey Mysterio, like WWE, so that's why I like him. Yeah, I'm a piece of shit. I actually don't. That was kind of a joke. That was a joke actually, because Phoenix runs the ropes and Rey Mysterio does it. Yes, boss. Can I help you, boss? May I help you? I know that wasn't the most kosher.
What
thing.
does everybody want?
Your best podcast to make. See, that's what you get. That's what you get when you decide to beat the shit out of your co-host on episode 0.
The things that happen on The Prince and Me
will never be happening again because it's so unique that it only happens once in a lifetime. Yeah. Wait, before we go, we want to let you know that the podcast is going to be coming to Spotify.
We're working on
it. And Apple. We're going to try and get on the Apple podcast. So those are the 2 places we're going to try. Look forward to reactions Look forward to quizzes. Look forward to vlogs, and look forward to more matches because we'll be posting matches.
Follow us on all the socials. They're down at the bottom of the screen and they're in the description.
Yeah.
His socials, my socials, the podcast socials.
Which we have gotten 35 followers in the first week. We're going to continue fucking growing. We're going to continue making this fucking empire until there's nothing else to make. We're going to start destroying things, destroying pussies, destroying dicks.
Whoa.
But
That is all we have for you on The Prince and Me. Thank you for watching,
assholes,
ladies and gentlemen.
Destroying,
thank you for
pizzas.
watching. Shut up. We're going to get out of here.
It was so... Wait, one more thing. I love you.
Goodbye.
See ya.